just in the background because, as you pointed out, I'm not very active on social media. Uh, I'm the type of person that likes to keep everything to myself. I don't like um, a lot of comments or feedback, because I dismiss people, and I really shouldn't, but I do. Apart from the people that I choose to allow them to give me feedback, I value that feedback. But some person that I don't know that's a keyboard warrior, and I've had that in my life a lot, I don't really want to give them my time or effort or energy.
Hmm. That's fair. I think a lot of young athletes could probably take a few pages out of your book on that one, because I think one of the complications with these days with powerlifting on the internet is there's so much feedback and everybody thinks they're right. And
Yes,
definitely not everyone can be right, and not everybody should be giving feedback in the first place, because some of it's just rubbish. Uh, but it
yes,
makes it hard to sift through and go, well, what's the really quality feedback, and what's rubbish and what's in between, and you know, and so I think um, minimizing how people give you feedback, or minimizing the number of people giving feedback, I think is a really important trait. It's why I trained
well,
by myself for so long as well. I didn't want people
yeah,
watching or chiming in.
yes, yes. That's why I normally train under the house. But also, people that are giving you feedback, unwanted feedback, they don't know what you're working on, right? Where you are at whatever point. It's like they feel like they can just jump in and tell you what they see, which is something that you might be, working up to or have done that and have moved past it and working at something else, right? And you don't like people planting seeds into your brain about not doing this properly or not doing that properly, because with your coach and the people that you train with and the people's opinions that you value, you know where you're at, you know where you want to get to, right? And you don't need outside interference playing with your brain.
Yeah, good point. Really good point. Um, used to In my first few years, that used to really get to me, because I had issues with squat depth, because I was a really big guy. Like, I was 175 kilos, and in a squat
Wow.
suit with knee wraps on, all of that tissue trying to get below parallel. It's there's a lot of real estate that gets in the way of a big guy making depth.
Yeah.
And so I either didn't want to know and back myself, and then just back myself that my technique's good enough, on the day it'll be fine, and it normally
Hmm.
was. And so,
Hmm.
which I know is kind of dicey, but I hated people just wandering past and go, you're high. Because I go, well,
Hmm.
yeah, I know I am. Um, but there's a plan, always. But if there was a couple of people that I used to like listening to them a lot, if they walked past, they would always say, hey, can I give you some feedback? And they would always lead with that. They'd never just drop it in. They'd always ask, hey, can I give you some feedback? And so that's what I do as well now. And I go,
Yes.
and these two guys, I always go, yeah, what are you seeing? They go, we're seeing this. I'm going, yeah, I feel that as well. And so,
Yes.
because they knew what I was working on. So they would look at the thing that I cared about, and I wanted that.
Yes.
But all the other stuff, I knew that there's other stuff wrong with my lifting, but I just didn't care about that at that point in time. And so the timeliness of advice and the specificity is super important, because, like you said, why do you want that negative in your head when you don't need it now?
Yes, especially when you know what it is, right? And you've got a plan, right? We're planning for something, and they have no idea what you're planning for or where you are in your plan, and they just come and you know pollute your brain.
Pollute your brain. Yeah. I think that's a really great, yeah. They just muddy the waters, don't they?
Yes, yes,
Like, we're trying to get this nice, crystal clear little still pond to go, yep, we know what we're doing,
yes,
we're working through it. And they're just throwing rocks in there and mud and churning it up, and yeah, it's not helpful.
yes. No, no. So that's the main reason of a lot of my social media absence. Like, and I used to have pressure on posting stuff and my training and how I'm going about it and all the rest of it. But I just want to be left alone to do my thing with the people that I've chosen to be around me.